Was Atlantis real, or is it merely a myth? If it did exist, where was it? And what caused its sudden disappearance? Imagine a civilization so advanced that it could rival our modern world, a place of immense beauty, wealth, and power, only to vanish beneath the waves, a lost continent that has captivated the minds of scholars, adventurers, and dreamers for centuries.
Step into the world of mysteries where the boundaries of time and space disappear. Welcome to Saturnia Chronicles.
Legends of Atlantis have been passed down for millennia, fueling countless theories and speculations. Some say it was a utopia, a beacon of human achievement. Others claim it was a warning, a civilization doomed by its own hubris. Today, we embark on a journey through time, unraveling the enigma of Atlantis and uncovering the truth behind one of history's greatest mysteries. The legend of Atlantis traces back to the Greek philosopher Plato, who first mentioned it in his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, written around 360 BCE. According to Plato, Atlantis was a mighty empire located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, modern-day Strait of Gibraltar, thriving approximately 9,000 years before his time. He described it as a technologically and culturally advanced civilization, adorned with temples, palaces, and vast canals, all ruled by a powerful monarchy. The society of Atlantis was depicted as one of great innovation and prosperity, with architectural marvels and sophisticated governance systems that were far ahead of their time. Plato's account portrays Atlantis as a utopia, abundant in natural resources, including rare metals like orichalcum, which was said to shine like fire. The Atlanteans were skilled engineers and seafarers, constructing elaborate harbors, bridges, and aqueducts to support their vast kingdom. Their navy was formidable, and their influence extended far beyond their own shores, reaching into Europe and Africa. Yet, despite their advancements, Plato warns that the people of Atlantis became arrogant and greedy, their hunger for power leading them to wage war against the rest of the world.
However, this expansionist ambition did not go unnoticed by the gods. They had once been a noble people, favored by the gods, but their increasing corruption and pursuit of conquest angered Zeus and the other Olympian deities. According to Plato, the Atlanteans' moral decline was their ultimate undoing. As divine retribution, Atlantis was struck by cataclysmic earthquakes and floods, ultimately sinking into the ocean in a single day and night. This sudden and dramatic destruction was meant to serve as a cautionary tale about the dangers of hubris and unchecked ambition.
Many historians consider Plato's account to be allegorical, a philosophical warning about the fragility of great civilizations and the moral consequences of greed. They argue that Atlantis was never meant to be taken as a literal historical account, but rather as an example of how even the mightiest of societies can fall when they stray from virtue. The story reflects similar themes found in other ancient myths, such as the fall of Icarus or the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. However, there are those who believe there might be some historical truth behind the legend. Some researchers speculate that Plato may have been referencing a real lost civilization, possibly one that existed before recorded history and was wiped out by a natural disaster. Others suggest that his writings were inspired by older oral traditions, passed down from civilizations like the Egyptians, who had detailed knowledge of past catastrophes. This theory is supported by the fact that Plato claimed his account was based on information provided by Egyptian priests to the Athenian statesman Solon, who in turn passed it down through generations. Interestingly, some researchers have sought possible references to Atlantis in religious texts. While Atlantis is not explicitly mentioned in any of the major sacred scriptures, some interpretations suggest that certain flood myths could be indirectly related to its story. For example, the Great Flood in the Bible, described in the book of Genesis, tells of a civilization destroyed due to its moral failings, much like Atlantis. Similar stories of cataclysmic floods exist in the Epic of Gilgamesh, Hindu texts such as the Manu flood myth, and even Native American traditions. Could these be remnants of the same ancient catastrophe that inspired the Atlantis legend? While there is no definitive answer, the parallels between these stories remain intriguing. Some historians argue that Atlantis was purely an allegory, while others believe there may be some historical truth behind the legend, possibly inspired by real civilizations that faced catastrophic disasters.
The legend of Atlantis is more than a lost continent. It symbolizes ancient wisdom and forgotten technologies. Plato described it as both physically advanced and rich in metaphysical knowledge. Some esoteric teachings claim its wisdom was safeguarded by secret brotherhoods and occult schools. The Library of Alexandria reportedly housed hidden texts on Atlantis' advanced technology and high consciousness. Some believe fragments of this knowledge still exist, secretly preserved. Atlantis was not just a civilization, it was a legacy of knowledge.
The Mediterranean hypothesis. Some researchers suggest that Atlantis was located in the Mediterranean, possibly linked to the Minoan civilization of Crete and Santorini. The Thera volcanic eruption around 1600 BCE may have been the real event that inspired the legend, as it caused widespread destruction similar to Plato's description. The Minoan civilization was highly advanced, featuring complex architecture, a developed writing system, Linear A, and an intricate trade network. Some scholars argue that the sudden downfall of the Minoans, possibly due to the eruption, could have inspired the Atlantis myth. Additionally, the lost city of Helike, which was destroyed by an earthquake and tsunami in 373 BCE, has often been compared to Atlantis. This city, once a thriving center of Greek culture, was submerged overnight, mirroring Plato's account of Atlantis disappearing beneath the waves. Archaeological findings from Helike provide evidence that sudden natural disasters could have wiped out advanced civilizations, reinforcing the possibility that Atlantis was a real place lost to history. The Caribbean and Bermuda Triangle. Some theories suggest that Atlantis could be in the Caribbean near the Bahamas. The Bimini Road, an underwater rock formation discovered in 1968, is sometimes believed to be remnants of an ancient civilization.
Some researchers speculate that the formation resembles a man-made road or wall, suggesting it may have been part of an advanced society that existed before sea levels rose dramatically. Others connect Atlantis to the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle, an area infamous for unexplained disappearances of ships and aircraft. Some alternative historians propose that Atlantis may have harnessed an advanced energy source, possibly involving crystals or geomagnetic forces, which could explain some of the anomalies associated with the Bermuda Triangle. The idea of energy-based technology aligns with Plato's description of Atlantis as an advanced civilization with superior knowledge.
Submerged structures found off the coast of Cuba, sometimes referred to as the Cuban underwater city, have fueled further speculation. Sonar images reveal what appear to be pyramidal shapes and arranged stone formations, leading some researchers to believe that an ancient civilization may have once existed in the region before being lost to rising sea levels. However, mainstream archaeologists argue that these structures are naturally occurring and do not provide conclusive proof of an ancient city. Some theories suggest that Atlantis could be in the Caribbean near the Bahamas. The Bimini Road, an underwater rock formation, is sometimes believed to be remnants of an ancient civilization. Others connect Atlantis to the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle, where unexplained disappearances have fueled speculation of an ancient lost technology. A more unconventional theory suggests that Atlantis was actually Antarctica. This idea is largely based on the concept of crustal displacement proposed by Charles Hapgood in the 1950s. According to this theory, Earth's outer crust shifts from time to time, relocating entire continents to different climate zones. If Atlantis was once a thriving civilization in a temperate region of Antarctica, a sudden shift could have plunged it into an ice-covered wasteland, burying its remnants under miles of ice. Some satellite images have revealed unusual formations beneath Antarctica's thick ice sheets, leading some to speculate about hidden ruins. Furthermore, ancient maps, such as the Piri Reis map, appear to depict an ice-free Antarctica, suggesting that ancient civilizations may have had knowledge of the continent before it became uninhabitable. The recent discovery of massive underground lakes and potential organic material beneath the ice has further fueled theories that remnants of an ancient civilization may yet be discovered in the depths of Antarctica. Critics argue that the Antarctic hypothesis lacks solid archaeological evidence, as the extreme conditions make excavation nearly impossible. However, proponents remain hopeful that advancing technology, such as ground-penetrating radar and ice core sampling, may one day reveal the secrets hidden beneath Antarctica's icy expanse.
The current understanding of land masses and oceans leaves the question of Atlantis' existence unanswered. However, some theories propose that this lost continent was submerged due to geological processes, leaving only fragments behind. The mid-Atlantic ridge is central to these theories. Islands such as the Azores, Madeira, and the Canary Islands are considered to be the last remnants of Atlantis' highest peaks. Additionally, it is believed that Atlantis was a volcanic landmass that was once connected to Europe, Africa, and North America through temporary land bridges. Over thousands of years, massive earthquakes and rising sea levels may have caused its fragmentation and ultimate submersion. Who knows? Perhaps the ocean depths still hide its secrets, waiting to be discovered.
Eye of Africa Richat structure. Located in Mauritania, the Richat structure, also known as the Eye of Africa, is one of the most compelling candidates for Atlantis. This geological formation is nearly 25 miles, 40 kilometers in diameter, and has a strikingly circular pattern, closely matching Plato's descriptions of Atlantis' city layout, which was said to have been arranged in concentric rings. Some theorists argue that the Richat structure was once a thriving island city before being consumed by catastrophic flooding. The presence of salt deposits in the area suggests that it was once submerged underwater, potentially reinforcing the idea that an ancient civilization once existed there. Additionally, some researchers claim that artifacts and tools discovered in and around the structure point to human habitation thousands of years, further strengthening the case for its possible connection to Atlantis. Despite these intriguing similarities, mainstream geologists assert that the Eye of Africa is a natural geological formation created by erosion rather than the remnants of a lost city. They argue that the symmetrical shape is the result of volcanic activity and the uplifting of bedrock rather than evidence of an advanced civilization. Still, the resemblance to Plato's descriptions and the mysteries surrounding the region continue to fuel speculation that the Richat structure may hold valuable clues about Atlantis' true location.
And that's it for part 1 of our journey into the mystery of Atlantis. But we're not done yet. Part 2 is coming soon, where we'll dive even deeper into the lost city's secrets. So, if you don't want to miss it, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and of course, give this video a like. I'd also love to hear your thoughts. Do you think Atlantis was real? Drop a comment below and let's discuss. Goodbye until we meet again.